Hello, welcome back to my channel. This tutorial is on how I made this kalabari male attire. If you're interested in watching it, please watch this video to the end. So I measured the length of the dress, the high color dress or outfit now. So it's usually very long. This particular client wanted is to be 57. So I measured that, and the width I used around 15. You can use yours depending on your client size and how wide they want it. It's usually very wide because they still rock a shirt inside it. So now, having measured the one in front, so I laid it on the one that I'll put at the back and added 4 inches more. So I added 4, then I pulled the one that is my front piece up to meet my back one. You can see they are both on the same line now. I'm just settling it to make sure that it's all right. Then at the other end, that's the open end, I measured 2 inches down to get the shoulder slope, and now we'll connect this slant line upwards. Then I'll cut this off. Having done this, I'll put it back down, then I'll lay it on it with like 0.5 inch. I'll lay it back down. Now I'll take my measurements. First my back measurement, then my shoulder measurement. Sorry guys, I didn't know that my camera was not properly placed there, so I pulled it up. Then I'll show you what I actually did here. Still battling with this settling of camera. So right here I measured 2.5. That was what I did there. And as for the depth of the neck, I measured 4.5. So I'll connect this together and shape it out. And as for my armhole, I used exactly what I used for my shoulder. So I'll cut this off now. Watch how I cut off. The back one, I first raise it up. See how I cut. I didn't just cut everything together. Please follow this step whenever you're cutting yours to see the front piece too. I raised it up a little. This is how you cut. This is how you cut the male neck. So this is it, guys. I'll cut off my shoulder too, and the rest of the garments. So right now I lay the front piece on another folded fabric to cut out that shape you see in front. This is what I'll use. Then first I'll measure the button overlap. Then I try to trace out what I have first. So right now this is what I have. Even when I don't know why this chalk is not showing so well. So I'll cut this out following my chalk. So you can see I stop at half of my armhole. Sorry, half of my shoulder. I didn't cut all through my shoulder because it will just be like a patch in front. So this is what I have for that front patch thing that will have the button case and everything. So for the back piece, I will lay it down, measure 7 inches downwards, and make sure that my hand is very straight. And I'll put my lining on it, then trace it out. This is to cut my shadow facing. for the back piece. So I'll fold my back piece to my shadow facing and the yoke. I'll fold everything together now. So right now the last thing is I'll cut my sleeve. If you like to see how I cut my sleeve, you watch another video that I'll post that shortly. So right now it's time to sew. First I'll start with my back, the back piece. Remember the back pieces were cut. So the lining, I'll put my logo on it because this is going to be for a client. This is completely optional, if you have a logo, you put it. If you don't, it's not lost. So I haven't sewn that down. I trim off my excess threads here and there. So right now this is it. So I place this one right side facing each other down like this. Then I make sure that the right side of the hair. So I don't forget, I notch the yoke and I notch the main distance so that to make sure, and the lining, so that to make sure that everything aligns. Meanwhile, the actual cloth is in between the lining yoke and the cloth, the material yoke. So I started from the middle to make sure that everything is accurate. So this is it for one side, and I did the other side too. So I'll open it up like this. You see what we have? You see? So I'll open it up on the right side part, and I'll top stitch. So this is what we have. I gave it a good ironing, and this is what I have right now. You see, I top stitch on the main fabric. So this is it, guys, for the back. Let's move to the front. So for the front, I lay it like this, then I iron the edges. I hope you notice that I iron the edges of the clothes. So now you know that the edge that I cut for the facing is more than the clothes. So I'll first join the edge of the main clothes and the edge of the facing together. Everything with like 1/4 inch, very tiny like that, all the way down. So having done that, you now notch to where you're facing and the line is joined together in the down part. You notch to, you see. So this is what it will look like if you pull it to the right side. So that button or the button allowance will now push to the front. You see, this is the back side, and this is the front. So right now, I will stitch this down, the folded edge, the iron folded edge. I will stitch it right round, all around it like this. So this is what I have after stitching it down. So right now I'll secure this place. I'll double stitch that part to make sure that it's not opening unnecessarily. So I use the back to turn the front shoulders like this. You can pin yours in place if it will be too much of a bother. So I turned it and I sew by 0.5 inch. This is what I have after sewing. And now I'll measure the neck and now cut my neck. Mine, I make it 4 inches high because it's like kind of like I don't know, like a lapel collar or something. So I cut 2.5 in that middle point. I'll cut it out. So right now I'll go and iron this on my fabric. Then I place it on another piece of fabric. Did you notice that I left space? to sew it on the edge. So right now I joined the two together and I turned it inside out. This is what it would look like. So you go and iron this neatly. So right now I'll first join it right side facing each other to my neck. Then I close it up and sew it. I already ironed this edge flat on my collar, so it's easy for me to just sew it on the stitch I already made. So my kalabari male attire is almost ready. So I top stitch my collar. I did the top stitch twice, one tiny one and one bigger one. So this is what it looks like after that. I joined my sleeve. Then right now I'll do buttonholes on I'll put my sleeves. Then I'll do buttonholes. See me, I'm doing buttonholes here. Then I overlock it, and this is the end result.